Well, Iraqis are Asian, but
Yeah.
I know you lot don't class yourself as Asian, but you're Asian.
You reckon we are?
Yeah. You lot are Asian, man. You're in the Asian...
Within the Asian community, within the Asian size of the map.
You're in the Asian part of the world. Like, I know you lot don't claim Asian, but you're in the Asian part of the world.
No chill, don't try flex round me. Muscle get stretched round me. Score 3-0, pass the pad. Don't act bad, but I'm bad when I feel. And still, it's like I'm the last of the real. It's like I'm the last of the real.
The same way as I had Ash on recently, and he said that Algerians are actually Moroccans.
Yeah, you see?
There's a part of Algeria that's called...
There's some Moroccans that claim they're not African and they're Arab, and then there's some Moroccans that claim they're African and they're not Arab. You know what I mean? It's the same as that.
Cool. We're recording live. Happy, bro. Ilyas, bro, thank you so much for coming on.
Oh, we started?
Yeah, we started.
Oh, was that whole conversation in there?
It was in there, yeah.
Oh, damn, you got to take out the SDS studio part.
Oh, yeah, no.
Yeah,
oh, no, that
okay,
started before, yeah. Don't worry.
Okay,
anything that you don't want to talk about, bro?
Yeah, no, that's calm.
We'll cut
we'll talk about it,
yeah. Bro, yeah, how are you, man? How's everything?
I'm good, man.
Yeah.
I'm good. This studio gives me flashbacks.
Yeah.
This is where we first started filming SDS.
When was the last time you recorded here?
SDS started, I think, 3-4 years ago, so about 3-4 years ago.
Oh, well, that's actually not that long ago.
I think it was just before COVID. Before lockdown started, I think we filmed it.
Okay.
Yeah. And then we realized it's difficult to get. Like, we done it before. We went to the other room and the mic was broken.
I'm going to get my refund for this room, you know, man. That pissed me. Oh, what the hell did you see dangling? That was my mic as well. Bastards. Yeah, man. I don't know. I got a love and hate relationship with this place. Because it's just so, like, all I need is that the mic and the table. Like, it's fine for me. But yeah, one day, man, I don't know. I think because one is really local to me. 2 is, like, affordable. It's just easy to use. And I don't know. It's convenient for me.
It's all about convenience at the beginning.
Yeah. So I don't know. I feel like even when there's... I feel like even... I remember I shot a podcast in another location, and for me, I think mentally, because my brain knew I was in a different area.
Yeah, you wasn't used to it.
I wasn't used to it. So my conversation didn't really, I don't know, it's not an excuse, but it didn't really flow that well for me. So I was like, oh my God, I miss Pirate.
Yeah, this is your home. You need to buy a share on this. You need to buy shares.
Yeah, and do you know what's so mad? They haven't even done a flipping membership here yet. Imagine a membership card. Do you know what I mean?
They'll make a lot of money. A lot
Silly.
of money. Yeah.
But then I think people just abuse it though.
There's pros and cons to memberships though.
Yeah, fair
With
enough.
all memberships, there's pros and cons.
Yeah, man. But yeah, bro, like you used to shoot a lot of YouTube videos, but you don't upload anymore.
I used to, yeah.
How comes?
I think the last time I uploaded was like a year and a half ago.
Really? How come you didn't upload as much anymore?
Because the videos that I originally wanted to do, I didn't enjoy doing them.
Yeah.
And asking people to be in my videos, they didn't enjoy being in those videos.
Oh, how comes?
So it's all about because it's like, so obviously it's well known. I'm friends with the Beta Squad,
Yeah,
Chunkz,
of course.
AJ, Sharky, Nico, all those kind of guys. Darkest, Philly, Harry. I'm very good friends with all those guys, and they're huge in the UK right now. Beta Squad's like not on par with Sidemen, but they're just one level below. And then you've got the trio of Harry, Chunkz, and Philly. They're like the 3 biggest, and then of course you add Darkest to that. So I was filming videos that they did when they first started out. And when I would ask them to be in my videos, they'll just be like, oh. And then they'll still do it because we're very good friends, but then they were like, it's just played out now. So at that time, I was like, I don't really want to do videos that I don't necessarily enjoy. And on top of that, the person that's in it doesn't enjoy. So I haven't uploaded in a year and a half.
What do you mean by played out? Like, is it just...
Like, it was really old school content. It was like general knowledge, like neck slapping, forfeits, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
We're growing, I'm 27. They're 27, 28. We're not going to slap each other on the neck. We're not going to drink nasty drinks and vomit and all that kind of stuff. You do that at the beginning. Even though I'm at the beginning, they're not. They don't need to do that. So I would rather them not do it. And then I find something that I actually enjoy doing. And then if I enjoy doing it and I can ask them to be in it, they might enjoy doing it as well.
But do you not want to change the format slightly, or maybe like change?
No, I'm changing this year. I've already filmed a few videos.
Oh, amazing, sick, man! Yeah.
So like football content, because obviously I'm not big in the football space, but SDS, the podcast I'm on, it's like massive in the football space, and then so it just makes sense for me to go down that route, and it's something I enjoy. Literally play football every other day. I talk football non-stop. It's been like that since I was a kid, so I might as well just keep doing it. I enjoy it, and then on top of that, people who are asked to be in videos will be in that space, so they'll enjoy doing it anyway. So it's like, it's just a win-win for both people.
It's interesting because like I think that's how you find your base in it. Like it's like when I started as well, it was more like I tried to do like fashion vlogs and stuff. It wasn't for me.
Yeah,
I was like, I knew I wanted to start YouTube one day.
Yeah,
but yeah, it ended up being this because it happened actually during lockdown. But yeah, like you tried it, you found it, and I guess for it was your avenue.
I enjoy it. It made me decent money as well. Like
yeah.
I'll never talk about how much money I made, but
yeah.
I would upload a video and I'll make like quite a bit, and I'm like, damn. It's not that easy, but it's like I didn't know there was this much money in YouTube.
Yeah.
And then for someone that was such a small creator like myself at that time, but then also it helps because of the names and the thumbnail that I had in the video. That helps because they push it massive. They like having like a darkest in your video is the difference between getting 20,000 views to 200,000 views. Yeah. Like having Chunkz is the difference between getting 20,000 views to 500,000. Do you know what I mean? And then that 20K to 500,000, it's like a big difference in money wise. So it's like they helped a lot, but then at the same time, I wasn't enjoying it. Like I'm filming, I'm just like, all right, now I have to ask these guys to be in a video they don't want to be in. I don't want to be in this video, but I'm trying to figure something out to be in this like content YouTube kind of space. And then I just stopped uploading. I was like, I'm not gonna upload something that I don't want to do.
You don't want to do, yeah. Did you at the time you knew them when they started uploading? Did you upload then, or was it actually sometime after? Like, did they influence you to upload content as well?
No, so I met Chunkz when we were 15, I think. So this is before he was called Chunkz. This is when he just went by his government name, Amin. Like, I still call him Amin. Like I only call him Chunkz when we're in front of people that know him as Chunkz. So like if I'm at home, we live together. If I'm at home, I'm just like Amin, whatever, and then same vice versa. Obviously, I don't have like.
It's like Nella Rose as well. We went to the same college. I still call her Nello.
Yeah, you see.
On set, she'll be like, Emir, stop.
Yeah, you see. Like you know her before, before turning into Nella. So it's like you're so used to naming them their actual name in it. Same with Darkest is not the same. I knew Darkest before he was Darkest, but Darkest just naturally caught on. But I met Chunkz like 15, 16. We became good friends at like 18. Then I remember he came up to me and he was like, "Oh, I'm gonna start YouTube," and I was like, "Do it, sick." Just promoting his videos while he was like growing. Then we just got closer as the years got on, and then that's the same with like literally everyone else. Same with I met Sharky through Chunkz. I met AJ through Chunkz. I met Nico through Chunkz. I already knew Darkest, but I knew Darkest and Chunkz were cousins, so technically met him through Chunkz. And then that was pretty much it. And at that time, I never once wanted to be in front of camera. I was like, nah, I don't want to be in front of camera. Even though that whole time, I feel like I have the personality to be in front of camera because I'm not like a shy person. Like I could just go in front of every camera, just be like, let's talk about whatever we need to talk about. I know how to filter myself. I'll never say anything that could get me in trouble with anyone and things like that. But at that time, I was like, I'll never want to be in front of camera. Then after like a few years watching them do it, it was like, it just naturally I got used to it. So like Chunkz would just be recording a snap and I'll just be in the background and I'll just be like, oh, hey, I'm in the snap. You know what I mean? Same with everyone else. And then every once in a while, yo, can you just be my vid? I just need like a quick segment or clip. I'll be in it. Then I naturally got more used to being in front of camera. Then the big turning point was SDS, the podcast. So I was on like the 3rd episode, I think, or the 2nd episode it started because we all lived together. So me, Sharky, Chunkz, AJ, Nico, Darkest, Lawai. There was like 9 of us in a house, in like a massive house that we lived in during lockdown. And then that's when SDS started. And then just jumped in front of camera.
I remember
the 3rd episode.
Sharky started, was it in his bedroom? I think it was.
His bedroom. I think the first video was with Star Player.
Yeah.
The second video might have been me, or the second video was with Liban. I can't remember. Then the second or third was me. Yeah. And then we done a pirate episode, and it was me, Sharky, Stars, and Liban. And it was like literally Stars and Liban were here, and then me and Sharky was there. I think it was like that. Yeah. And then we just started filming from then, and it just turned into what it is now, like arguably the biggest football podcast in the UK.
Congrats, man. That's actually
it's massive right now.
That's flipping sick, man.
Yeah, like we got to go to the World Cup. We could potentially go to the Euros this year. I think we'll go to the World Cup in 2026 if we're still a group, which I doubt we won't be. I can't see us breaking up. I don't ever see us breaking up.
I mean, surely by then, like, you probably even get bigger, right?
Yeah,
it's only up
2 years, bro. It's 2 years from now. It's only up from here. Like, we haven't reached our peak yet. And then SDS is like, the plans and goals that Sharky's told us a year and a half ago are, like, coming into fruition now. So it's like, the podcast is not even going to be, it's going to be way bigger than it is now at this point in time. So it's like, it's only ways up right now.
Man, at the age of 50, like I hear how Chunkz was like when he was younger, especially with Darkest as well. With the Beta Squad, they always talk about how their experiences were like when they were younger. But from your experience, when you were hanging around with them, what was it like?
Hanging around with the Beta Squad?
Yeah. And when you met Chunkz at 15, 16, like how was that?
We just used to play football together. So he was good friends with a couple of friends that I knew, I played football with a good friend. We had a mutual friend. We all played football together. And then eventually the mutual friend started bringing Chunkz to the football sessions, which was in Power League in Wembley. And then we became close from there. And then seeing him grow from just being Amin to then going to Cineworld and then quitting Cineworld to become a full-time YouTuber.
He used to work with the Chunkz at Cineworld.
Did you work with him? Yeah, him and AJ did. Like I remember I used to see AJ at the desk and I never knew who he was. Chunkz he's like, yo, this AJ. Oh, yo. AJ was like, he's still an introvert, but he was an introvert then. And he was just like, yo, AJ. And just like, yeah.
Really? He was an introvert?
Still an introvert now. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. The two biggest introverts I know are Darkest and AJ. Have you worked with Darkest?
I've worked with Darkest, yeah.
Was he an introvert when you met him? To be honest, different on set.
It is different on set.
Different on set. Knowing Darkest, how long I've known him and how close, he's generally one of my best friends. Knowing how he is now compared to him a few years ago, it's a big difference because he's opened up a lot more. Yeah. But he's still the biggest introvert now. Man. Like he will have his headphones on while there's people around.
But he's so funny and talented.
Yeah,
man.
but I think if he was an extrovert, he wouldn't be as funny and talented as he is now.
I hear that.
I think because he sits in his room, he's an only child as well. Okay. So him being an only child, growing up his whole life, he just sat in his room. Obviously, he was with his friends and that. He probably just kept all the jokes to himself. Yeah. Then when he got older, he just let them all out, and now it's just coming out in bursts. And then he's realized, yo, I'm actually one of the funniest people around. So now he is one of the funniest people in the world.
That's such a funny story, man. It's like a movie almost, isn't it? It's
like literally. I always tell Darkest he could be a stand-up comedian.
Oh my god, why does he do that?
He should be like Key and Peele, where he does sketches, because he's very like. We've sat in his room, and it's weird to say this, but we've acted out scenes, like we've improvised together, and we just do like accents and things like that, and then we'll do like a whole 10-minute segment, just me and him.
So why does he do that then?
I don't know. He's very, I don't know what the word is. Like he doesn't like taking risks.
No,
he likes doing the safest option, which I understand, which I get. There's some people that are just complete risk takers, and there's some people who are completely safe. And being safe's worked for him up until now, so why bother taking a risk?
But he's not going to lose anything.
But he doesn't know that.
That's crazy,
he doesn't know that.
Man. You know, like the level of talent that you have, and you don't realize it.
No, he knows he has the talent.
Yeah, he knows it, but it's like actually stepping forward to actually do them. Sketches would be so.
I would love if you done like Key and Peele sketches. I'd love if you did something similar.
At least like 30-minute ones for like TikTok or something, you know?
It could be 1 minute ones. 1 minute ones, could be 5-minute ones, 10-minute ones, wherever you want it.
Yeah, he has to get convinced.
No, with Darkest, you can't even convince him.
Is there anything other than the sketches then for with Darkest, and you're like, I don't know, is there anything else that you've seen that he's able to do and you're like, brother? Or like, what is the biggest thing that you like have told Darkest to do, even including the Beta Squad, and he's just gone like, nah, I can't.
Funnily enough, it's just to upload more YouTube videos, and he just goes,
just
like whatever. But now he's doing it more. But it's just like now he's married, innit? So he has to. He's got no choice. He's got no choice. He's got bills to pay now. Like before, it was like, I got bills to pay, but now it's like I've got bills to pay. So it's like now he has to like step up, and he has, to be honest, which is good. Which is good.
But there's more opportunities now for him as well, anyway.
Yeah. Way more. He's on JD now.
Bro, you were in so how did the Foot Asylum Locked In come about?
Locked In came about because of SDS, pretty much. So basically, from what I've been told, at the beginning of every year, they draft up a bunch of names that they will consider going in the year of Locked In. And they go to so many different fields. So they go to, I think every season they've done, it's like someone from sports, someone from, now they're doing streaming, someone from YouTube, someone from an urban background, someone from like a white, like girly English kind of person. And then I fit into the sports demographic for them.
Right, okay.
So like they've done a whole list of it. And then Sharky had been on it before, Dark's been on it before. They went up to them and said, yo, do you think Ilyas would be good? And they were like, yeah, he'd be sick on it.
Really?
And then then I had like a trial shoot at the beginning of the year of Locked In, which was 2022.
Is that how they do it?
No, they just put me on to see how it'd be.
Okay.
I don't know if they do it for everyone, but I took it as like a trial shoot.
Right. Okay.
This is in hindsight. I didn't know I was gonna be on Locked In up until later into the year. So I did a shoot at the beginning of the year with Foot Asylum with Harry and Darkest. Harry and Sharky.
Yeah.
Then later down the year when I got called up for Locked In, I was like, oh, that was kind of like a trial shoot to see how I am in front of camera. And Sharky was like, yeah, that's why they asked you to be in that shoot. Because at that time I didn't do any content. I filmed a couple times on my YouTube channel, but I was on SDS. SDS wasn't as big as it was. I stopped filming on my own channel, so it was like, why are they asking me to be on shoots? Then I did a couple shoots. Then they asked me to be on Locked In, and then I said, yeah, I'll easily do it.
Man.
Yeah.
But what is the process of actually getting into Locked In? Do you know that, or is that just something completely?
The only process I know is when they draft up just a bunch of names at the beginning of the year.
Okay.
They did it to me. They asked me this year, the season that just passed, who do I think would be good on it? And I suggested Danny Aarons.
Really?
I'm friends with Danny
Aarons.
I'm friends with Danny Aarons, and they asked me, they were like, who do you think would be on it? Then I gave them a bunch of names, like just random like YouTubers and things like that, who I think would be on it.
Yeah.
And I suggest Danny Aarons, and then I remember he messaged me in like January, February, March, like April times. It was like 5 months before Locked In. He messaged me, he's like, yo bro, they just offered me to be on Locked In. What do you think? And I was like, sick, you should do it. And then he was like, yeah. And then I was like, I recommended you. And he was like, oh really? I was like, yeah. Because the manager of Beta Squad used to be the guy who hired everyone for Locked In.
Yeah.
So I know him very well, Sai. So I know him very well, Simon. I'm obviously good friends with him. And then I think he went to Danny and was like, you interested? And then he was like, yeah, I'll do it.
Does he still manage Beta Squad or not?
Yeah.
He still manages them?
I think he left Foot Asylum to
go manage
Beta Squad. It's too much headache, man.
Yeah, that's when I used to work at the Wall. That's how I met Simon. Yeah.
You know Simon.
Yeah, it's mad how like man, everyone's on their own flipping journey. Like it's crazy how like I saw him progress and even saw Beta Squad progress as well. It's kind of now he's managing them, man. That's so sick.
Well, yeah, Locked In was sick. I'll never do anything like that again. But it was sick.
Did they ask you to be on it this year again or no?
No, I don't think it's just one and done.
One time,
I think they want to do an all-star season. I don't think I'll make it all-star season. Because some of the names they've had in the last few years, they're big time names now.
All-star season. What would that include?
Just, I think they've had 4 seasons now. It'll be of all the best people that was on the 4 seasons into one house. Like what they're doing with Love Island this year.
Oh, man.
Love Island, they brought in like a bunch of old people just to find love again. But they all know they're just in it for the new brand deals and the new money and all that kind of stuff. They're not in it for love. But old school Love Island was in it for love. That was raw and gritty, and you'll see people have sex on camera and all that kind of stuff. Now it's like, I want to save my face. When I come here out, I want to do a O-Poly deal. I want to have a ASOS deal. What's the other one they have? ASOS, O-Poly, Boohoo,
BPLT,
Pretty Little Thing. They all save face to be like brand ambassadors, because that's multi-million-pound deals right there.
Yeah.
But now,
Not to speak bad or anything, but like in Foot Asylum, was there anything that you disagree with to do or anything like that? Were there any
on the show when I was in there?
Even like that didn't even probably make it to camera. That you were just like, I don't know if I sit right with that.
I genuinely can't remember. It was a year and a half ago. It's 2 weeks of getting filmed for 24 hours a day. Like people don't understand. It's literally 24 hours a day you're getting filmed. The only time you're less likely to get filmed is at night when they de-mic you.
Oh, okay.
So every morning, but when I found out when I came out after, I know they've changed the times now because we snitched to everyone that came out that were going in. Every morning, 8 a.m, they come in, they mic you up, and I think it's 8 p.m. they de-mic you. And that time from 8 p.m. to 8 a.m. overnight, it's obviously a free-for-all. All the cameras are still on, but some of the rooms, they're not mic'd up. So they're not going to hear the conversation, but in the bedroom, they're mic'd up. So anything that's said anywhere in the house can still be caught by the cameras. So you generally don't know what goes out, especially in the 2 weeks you're in there. You don't know what goes out. You don't know what's being said about you, nothing like that. So some people, when I was in the house, didn't like that they weren't in control of what was going on in the outside world.
Oh yeah, but that's like the thing you sign up for, innit?
Yeah,
like,
but I think you don't know you've signed up for it until you're in there.
And do they take your phones away as well?
Yeah, they take your phone away literally 10 minutes before you go into the house. They take your phone, they put it in a little like zip bag.
And you have and you can't access that until you're out.
Nothing, not one thing. I remember when I got my phone.
Yeah,
it felt like I was holding an iPad. It felt like I was holding an iPad. That's how big it felt, because you haven't touched your phone for 2 weeks. So I grabbed it and I was like, damn, I never knew my phone was like this big. I turned it on and I had like 3,000 WhatsApps. I had like 1,000 DMs. Like it was crazy. And I was like, damn, I'm gonna wait till I get home.
Yeah.
Let the Wi-Fi connect. Let everything connect properly.
Yeah.
Then I remember I got home the day of the final. I got home at like 2 p.m. And then I went on my phone and it took me like 3 days to go through all the messages, like 3-4 days, because I think the show is like 3 or 4 days filmed ahead. So when you're out and you're replying to people, some people you don't want to let them know that you're out, but some people you do know. So I'm replying to people as if it's someone that's running my Instagram.
Right.
Yeah. So it was crazy.
You could have done a little setup there, like a little like prank video.
Yeah, could have. Yeah. Nah, to be honest, when I came straight out, I just called everyone. I was like, "Yo, I'm out." And they're like, "Who won? Who won?" And I was like, "Chip won." They were like, "Fuck, we thought you would have won." And I said, "Nah, at least I got to the final, man." That's all I cared about. I just wanted to get to the final.
That's I thought you did have access to your phones.
No, you have access. You don't even know the time.
That's
You don't know the time.
It'd be like Big Brother, innit?
Yeah, they cover up. They put duct tape. They put duct tape on the ovens, on the microwave. Yeah, for the times. Yeah. And then there was halfway through.
Yeah.
So what had happened was one of the producers came in and he was on his phone, and someone walked past and looked at his phone and saw the time, and it said like 5 p.m. It was like dinner time, innit? So he was eating dinner, walked past the producer, saw the time, 5 p.m. He looked at the oven, then he'd done the difference. So he was like, okay, the oven's like 2 hours 40 minutes ahead.
That's
now I know what time
fucked
it.
up.
Then someone said, I think Max said it while the mics were on. He went and looked at the oven. He was like, "Man, it's 8 o'clock." And they realized, and then they came in. I remember they stopped production. They came in, changed all the times on the microwaves again, on the ovens and that. And it was like, damn, now we don't know what time it is. The only time generally I knew what the time was when me, Max, and Billy was praying in there.
Yeah.
So they'll call for prayer, Duhur, Asr, Maghrib.
Oh, they have to tell you.
They'll call it. They'll say, "Yo, do you have any religious requirements?" Say, "Yeah, we need to pray 5 times a day." Only one they don't call you for is Fajr, because no one's working at 5 a.m. Do you know what I mean? There's a security guard on shift. He would wake us up sometimes, but sometimes he wouldn't, because I think they change. So there's a security guard that works overnight just in case anything happens. But there's no production overnight. So at 5 a.m, no one's calling you for Fajr. So we wake up and we're just like, damn, like we missed Fajr. But they basically said to us, they're like, we have no one working overnight. Like there's not much we can do. And we're just like, okay, it's whatever.
It is what it is.
At least you're calling us for the other 4 in the day, innit? They're calling us for all 4. And then it's like, okay, cool, it's 1 o'clock now.
Yeah.
Cool. It's, I remember it was October time. So
See,
like,
God was on your side the whole
it's
time.
it's like 4:15 now, because I remember before I came in and Maghrib was at 4:15.
Yeah.
It's 4:15. Oh, Isha's at 7. Yeah, cool. Now we know roughly what time it is in the day. So that's how we knew roughly the time. But everyone else had no idea. And Jen, no, it was just me, Max, and Billy.
Why is okay? I understand taking the phones and stuff, but why is hiding the time so vital then?
I don't know. You know, I wonder why they want to do that psychologically.
It's a social experiment at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Yeah, I understand that, but
Isolate you from the whole world. Like, you wanna...
Yeah.
I understand that, but I think time is slightly a bit of a stretch, no? Surely.
It is. Yeah.
I understand, yeah, phones and stuff and like connections with the outside world, yeah, like I get it. A clock is like,
I hear you, it's weird.
that's bizarre.
It was a fun. I can't lie. It was a fun experience. You meet people in there that you would never cross paths with.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
GK Barry.
Yeah,
I would never have crossed paths with her. She's like completely opposite to what I am.
And that's good as well, because
It's amazing.
It's like a variety of you as well.
I became like good friends with her. Funnily enough, I don't speak to any of them anymore after just Grace and I'd say Grace, Max. I speak to Max. I see it often. Grace, we see each other sometimes at like events and stuff. Everyone else, Billy, I don't really see. He's from Manchester. Kate, I'm probably never going to see.
Oh,
much.
Billy, the girl was there at the same
Kate,
time.
Harry, I'll never see really Nightscape. Chip, I knew before the show.
Yeah.
Because he's friends with Chunkz and everyone, so I already knew him. But yeah, everyone else, I will probably never really cross paths with them unless we have a shoot together. Or unless I call them and say, hey, let's meet up. But that's not really going to happen. We didn't have much in common in the house.
Yeah.
It's like every day you're thinking of, oh, fuck, what did I talk about today? Like, what's the conversation going to be when there's a downtime?
Talk about the time.
Yeah, that's what you do. But you'll say, what time do you think it is? And then Sugar Lips will come over the mic. Can't speak about the time. Every single time. Boy. It's a fun experience though.
I go a little bit mental sometimes if I lose my phone. It's weird, man. It's a habit. It's a bad habit.
Do you know what it is? You forget you don't have your phone after the second day. Everyone had that similar time.
I think it's because
the first day you're doing this, you're touching your pockets. Like,
yeah.
Touching your pockets.
That's a natural
then like
habit.
the second or third day, you're just like, oh shit, now I'm waking up at the time they tell us to wake up. I'm going to sleep when I go to sleep. I don't go on my phone before bed. Like you have a proper night's sleep, all that kind of stuff. Like you realize how bad having a phone is on you. Like how many times a day do you just do this for no reason? You have no notification and you just pick up your phone and you know what time it is, but you look at the time again and you're like, I have no notification. But when you're in there, you don't even think about that once. There was a couple times where a couple of people were like, yeah, I think like my time's up here. Like after like day 8 or 9, like Nightscape had it. I think like day 8, he was like cracking a bit. I had it after like day 10. I remember, no one knows this. I remember I went into the toilet and I just sat in the toilet. I don't know how long it was. In my head, it was 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Sat in the toilet for like 30 minutes. I remember I went Indian style, I crossed my legs on the toilet seat, and I just sat there for like 30 minutes. And I was just like, yo, there's 3 days left of this. Can I really do this? Like, I had to like prep. I had to talk myself like, yo, can I do this?
Yeah.
Because like you generally don't know what's going.
Psychological,
Yeah, it's like you're literally battling yourself.
Yeah.
But then, good thing about them, I think after exactly a week, you speak to a psychologist, and then they ask you how you are. Obviously, some people have vices, like some people vape. Like I don't do none of that kind of stuff. So some people are like, in there you can't smoke. So people who are smoke kind of struggling, all that kind of stuff.
What, no cig breaks for the ones who do smoke?
Nah, the people who smoked, they were allowed. I think they were allowed vapes. Yeah, they weren't allowed cigarettes. No one in my one smoked cigarettes. No one in my one. I heard of people in previous seasons smoke cigarettes, and they were allowed to smoke because it's like it's for you, innit? You're not going in to completely quit smoking.
Yeah.
You're going in to do what you need to do, and you get to still have a cigarette break. But I remember there'll be a little corner you can go around. It was a smoking area, but no one smoked. So it was like the smoking area was just like, if you want to move away from the camera, you just go stand there.
It was like, so did they even tell you, was it strict on timing for when you had to go to sleep as well?
No.
So you can sleep at
You
any
can
time?
sleep whenever you want, but the only problem is they can wake you up whatever time they want. So every morning there'll be a chicken alarm that goes off.
So
you don't know what time it is.
That's the leeway.
And then when I rewatched some of the episodes, you'll see in the morning, every morning is a different time. So one morning will be 7 a.m, one will be 9 a.m, one morning will be 6 a.m, all that kind of stuff. So they fuck with you like that. Boy. Yeah.
Did you realize as well when you came back home that you realized that you were out of touch with some things?
Do you know what's crazy? So in the 2 weeks I was out, I remember the first thing I did when I came out is I checked where Arsenal were in the table, and Arsenal was still first. And then other than that, there was things 6 months later someone will mention to me, and they'll say, yo, this happened in October, and I'll say to them when, and they'll say it happened like the end of October. I'm like, I didn't even know that. Because you don't know anything that's happened. So much stuff happens in 2 weeks. You don't realize how much stuff happens in 2 weeks.
Would you do that again, but not locked in, but would you do that again, like to be locked away? Because like mentally you're going to be like, okay, it actually helped with me psychologically, or even like it benefited me in a way where I was out of touch with my phone.
Nah, I wouldn't do anything like that again.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do a Big Brother. I wouldn't do a I'm a Celeb. I wouldn't do a Love Island. I wouldn't do none of those things.
Yeah, man.
Love Island is, I think, what is it, 12 weeks or 8 weeks?
Yeah.
That's and they're like locked in. No phone, no time, no nothing. Like nothing. You don't know anything that's going on in the world. So like you're just in the villa, not knowing what's going on the outside world. You don't know if obviously you're gonna know if someone's died or anything like that.
Yeah,
you don't know what's going on. Like it's crazy.
Mad.
Yeah, it's ridiculous how they do.
I'm good, bro.
It's ridiculous. Nah, I'm good, bro. Thank you.
Bro, what was last year like for you? Was there anything that you were like, actually, we need to leave this behind and not carry on with us into 2024?
2023?
Yeah.
What did I leave out last year? Not much, to be honest. In my eyes, I had a disappointing. It's crazy because I was having this conversation with my boy Kyle. Me and him had amazing 2023s, like unreal. Like the growth from 2022 to 2023 was massive. But we still both felt like we underachieved. And I remember at the end of the year, we both said, yo, I feel like...
Everyone said that.
I was like, I feel like I underachieved this year. And he was like, why? And I was like, bro, I didn't do this, this and that. But then funnily enough, I remember I had to send off a bank statement for something.
Yeah.
And it had to be from January to December.
Yeah.
And I saw how much money I made in that year.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, damn, I've done pretty well for myself this year. Then I thought about the things I'd done in that year.
Yeah, you don't realize.
SDS shoots. My growth on certain platforms like Instagram and things like that. All that kind of stuff. Like I grew so much. But I was like, I haven't done anything. So I don't feel like I need to leave anything behind. I just need to take away that mentality of like, I'm underachieved when every year is like a progression thing. So it's like slow money don't, what is it again? I'd rather make slow money than no money. You know what I mean? Like,
it's like when you do something in January, but then come December, you're like, oh wait, I saw that happen like last year. And you're like, no, actually that happened this year.
At the beginning, yeah, exactly.
You forget. Yeah. Wow, we need to be more flipping, like a lot of the shit that we do during the year.
Yeah, no one's really alert. Like you do so much stuff in the year and you'll never think, oh shit, I did this 6 months ago. I did this thing 8 months ago. You're just like, everyone lives in the now. And it's like, sometimes it's hard to live in the now when you've done so much good stuff in like within the last 6 months. It's all within the same year as well.
Bro, how was Qatar? You went Qatar last year?
I went twice. I went for the World Cup.
Yeah.
I went.
Was it F1?
I went for the F1. I didn't go specifically for the F1. I went because when we went for the World Cup, we got flown. So SDS got flown out, and then I didn't make the SDS cut because I was in locked in.
Yeah.
So just as I came out of locked in, the World Cup started, and the SDS got flown out to the World Cup. But I just missed the period because they needed like my passport. They needed certain details. Like they couldn't get it. Like Sharky and that couldn't get certain details. So I missed out on the World Cup. But then me, Chunkz and Harry went to the World Cup. And then when we was out there, we met some really good people. Met a lot of people from like the royal family and stuff.
Oh, sick.
Became good friends with them, yeah.
Really?
And Qatar's one of those countries now where they're trying to be in the next 10 years like one of the big dogs in terms of like content creators and tourism and things like that. So the World Cup for them, when they met Chunkz and Harry, they were like, wow, these are like massive in the UK. We want to bring over their UK audience to our country for travel and tourism and content creation. So then when we did that, we went to Qatar again this year. I think it was October for the Formula One. Can't remember. It was for the Formula One. And then they wanted us to film a bunch of videos out there. So like Sharky filmed a video in a World Cup stadium. AJ filmed a hide and seek in a World Cup stadium. Harry filmed a Mario Kart go-karting theme video. So like they got what they wanted from it, and we got what we wanted from it. We got to have fun out there, enjoy the country for what it is, and obviously it's a Muslim country. Love going there, and it's like a generally one of the best. For me, my favorite holidays I've been to is Qatar, because of how nice the country is and the way they treat you out there. It's like a proper, like still an old-fashioned Muslim country, but it's very modern.
I said this as well today. I was talking to someone, and the Middle East, like they watch our content, UK content. Like, they're huge on it. Like, I wouldn't even be surprised if they start opening up YouTube or some offices there, or like even like Beta Squad, you man to get called out there to do some more content. I mean, there's loads to do out there.
Yeah, going back out there again next month on the 19th for a holiday. Yeah, for 5 days. Go on holiday there.
Oh, just
me and the boys. Yeah, we're gonna go there for a holiday. Maybe film some videos. I don't know yet. But it's gonna be fun.
What's like the biggest culture shock out there?
There isn't. That's what a lot of people say. Like culture shock. Like when you go to these, I've been to Dubai before. Yeah. There's no culture. The only culture shock I had when I went to Dubai is when I went when I was really young. I went at like 15. I went 10 years ago. Yeah. The culture shock there was a women's only carriage on the train and then the men's carriage. I went on the women's one by accident, and I had a guy who was wearing an army thing with a gun, shouting at me in Arabic. Oh, get off the... Like, shouting at me in Arabic. And I said, I'm English. And he went, oh, brother, Habibi, sorry. This is a women's... And then I looked, and it was just pure women. Yeah, it's all women. And I didn't know, I genuinely didn't know, innit? Then I jumped off and I went to the other carriage. Huh?
Even I didn't know that.
Yeah, but now it's changed. No, now I think it's mixed, because Dubai is like a very tourist popular place.
So westernized now.
So westernized. So it's like, I think they've taken all those things. I'm not sure. I couldn't tell you. But when I went, they had women only carriages and the men only carriages. And when I looked around and the guy was shouting at me, I was like, fuck, it's all women. And they're all wearing like niqabs and hijabs and everything. Everyone's looking at me crazy. And I'm there as a tourist, like, oh, I'm English. I didn't know this. Then I went to the other carriage, and the guy was like, no. When you get on the train, always go to the back. Women sit at the front. And I was like, oh, that's sick.
That's my, that's sick. I sat there and was like, finally.
Yeah, I was like, that's sick. Like, I was like, no, because do you know what I liked about it? They put the women at the front, they didn't put them at the back.
Yeah.
And like the women have had more space than the men.
Yeah.
Like everyone says this, like, whenever I've gone to Arab countries, they show so much respect to women. Like they put women on a pedestal. Like they show. Like I remember when I've been to Abu Dhabi, I've been to Dubai, and I've been to Qatar. When I went to Abu Dhabi, I had a friend out there, and he was showing me around. And then he was like, do you want to see something sick? I was like, what? And he was like, if we see a woman crossing the road, all the cars are going to stop for her. I said, what do you mean? He was like, there's no zebra crossing, no traffic lights, no nothing. If you see a woman crossing the road, all the cars stop, no matter where it is, except for highways. So, okay. So he was driving. He was like, look, there's a woman there. This woman, she was about to cross the road. It's traffic. It's like peak rush hour. All the cars stop. They stop on one side, they stop on the other side. They let the woman cross. They let the woman cross again.
This country
and I asked
could
him,
never.
And it was Abu Dhabi. And I was like, why do they do that? And he was like, just respect for women. And I was like, really? And he was like, yeah. And that was like, I was like, wow, I never knew that. I was like, okay, fair. So I was like, so everyone always does this. Oh, they hate women, like they have no rights and all this kind of stuff. Yeah, they had that like 50 years ago where women weren't allowed to drive. And you go to America, women weren't allowed to vote. It's the same thing. Women not allowed to vote, women not allowed to drive. Like where they're telling women you need to stay in the kitchen, all that kind of stuff. That's all like the same stereotypes they're saying about the Arab people is the same as they were saying that the Americans were using, and even the English. Yeah. So it's like what? It's just that like racist undertone that they have towards Arab people. You know what I mean? Yeah. So like there wasn't any culture shocks. It was just like, oh wow, you lot actually are like this towards your
very, very civilized.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Man, this country could never. This country could never.
Imagine.
Bastards. Why are we like, bro? I got back from Marrakesh recently. Brother, so much haggling.
In Marrakesh?
Have you been there?
No, but that's like their culture, innit?
But
It's the culture where they try to where you have to haggle them. Yeah, they'll charge you. I got a bottle of water here. In the shop, this is £1.
Yeah.
You'll go, they'll know you're a tourist.
You're
£2, brother.
bargaining.
£2, brother. And you're like, come on, £1.50. No.
You're
now
bargaining.
sometimes you're paying a little extra.
Yeah.
But I get it because they don't have much money there. They know the tourists are the easiest way to get money. I hear it. I respect that.
I said my next destination will be Egypt, and I swear to you,
Egypt, you have to do the same thing.
the same thing. They're like, bro, it's, if not, it's equally as bad.
Egypt, Morocco, probably
Egypt
Algeria.
You've been Egypt?
Yeah, Egypt was worse than Morocco.
Where'd you go? Cairo?
I went Hurghada.
Okay.
I don't know if I said it right.
Yeah.
In Morocco, we went Agadir, same shit. Egypt's the next level.
I understand the haggling. I understand, but even like the maddest part about it was when asking for directions, they expect money in return. So I got lost.
No, in those countries, all those like African, Arab, any country where people are struggling for money, and you ask them for something, they expect money because they think we're all millionaires.
Yeah.
They think,
Even
this.
Spain, bro, even European countries, like you go to Spain, there will be someone outside the airport trying to take your luggage and shit.
Bro,
Yeah, I remember I got shagged when I went to where was it? I think when I went to Italy. I got shagged on it because half my family's Italian. My dad's Italian.
I swear.
So I've got a lot of family that live in Italy. Remember when I was younger one time, the first time I ever flew by myself, I was like 15. I flew to Italy, 14, 15. I got in a cab. I told the brother, I didn't speak Italian. I still don't. I told the brother, yo, this way I'm going. Said, okay. I saw the meter. Got there. It was like an hour drive. It was like 60 euros. I got out. He was like 150. I was like, what? I said, it says 60 euros there. He's like, I don't speak English, so 150. Then he starts shouting at me. Then obviously my aunties and that come out. They come to the car and they say, what happened? I'm saying, the guy's charging me 150, but look what it says 60. And then they start screaming at him. He ended up leaving. I didn't pay nothing for the cab. He ended up driving off. Because they were Italian and the area we drove to, because my family, they live in a rich area. So we drove to a rich part of Rome.
Right.
So we drove there. Then he looked around. He was like, damn, this guy, this nigga's going to somewhere rich. Like, what's going on here?
Forget even getting paid.
Yeah, and then they've come out and he's shouting and my uncle's come out and he's screaming at him. It's like, I don't know what they're saying. They're just shouting at each other. I end up getting out. He's like, and then my uncle takes out my luggage and then he just goes, one fankula, and the guy drives off. And one fankula's like, fuck you in Italian. And then he drives off and I'm like, you're not paying? He's like, no, fuck that guy, I'm not paying nothing. I said, okay, fair enough. So that's when they try shag you. Because they understand, yo, this is a tourist. I know I can get something out of them.
Italy is one place I really want to go. I want to go Rome, man. I've heard.
You'd hate it there, man. It's not a nice
Really?
place. It's like Paris. Have you ever been to Paris?
I've been Paris.
Paris
Yeah.
disgusting as well.
Paris.
Paris disgusting.
I hear
Paris
that a lot.
smells of piss. There's rubbish on the floor. There's nice parts of Paris, obviously, like everywhere else.
Yeah.
But the way they glamorize like Paris, Rome, all these places, you go there, you're like, yeah, I'm gonna see the Leaning Tower.
Apparently,
Pizza.
I heard as well today. Someone told me today that when they went to Egypt and saw the pyramids, like they make it look so glamorous in the pictures, but when you go there, it's just a massive car park around the pyramid.
See, I wouldn't be
That's
surprised.
what I
It's the tourist spot, innit, for them.
Yeah,
They're like,
yeah.
we're gonna make all our money. Like when I went to Paris, I said, why does it smell like this? Went to Italy, it's horrible. It's homeless people everywhere.
I heard that.
You go to all like the tourist spots, the Leaning Tower of Pisa, the Colosseum.
Yeah.
What else is there? Like the Stadio Olimpico. You go to all these places,
Yeah.
and then you're like, oh yeah, this is sick. You're looking around taking pictures. You're just seeing like people come up to you, money. And it's like, bro, this is like, I feel sorry for the people there because like this all they can do to make a living because they're homeless and there's so much pickpocketing as well in those countries.
Oh my god!
Like when I'm there, it's like literally you have to hold everything in your pockets. People are bumping into you. You hear people on the train saying, "Oh, I just got this stolen." It's like, bro, this is crazy. Like those places, they get glamorized online, but when you go there, you're like, damn, this is not really, like, it's not really what you thought it would be. The places you think are going to be what they're meant to be are America. When you go to America, you're like, yeah, this is America. You walk around, you see fat people everywhere, fast food within 30 seconds. I remember when I went to Chick-fil-A, I ordered, before I've turned around, they scream your number. I said, this is not normal, man. I get why people are fat here.
Like
I remember when I was having Chick-fil-A 3 times a day in LA.
Man.
Like 3 times, wake up
go
for
to the
breakfast. America and Canada. Qatar's my favorite place I've been. America and Canada. The States and Canada. Wow, perfect. Like I went to those 2 places and I was like, I can see myself living out here. But I would never. But I was like, I can see myself living out here.
I think if I live in America, it's game over. I've only been to New York, boy.
I want to go to New York.
Oh, bro,
they say it's London on steroids.
Exactly, bro. That's the best explanation.
Everyone that I know that's been there, they say, yo, it's like
is
crack.
so London.
Everything. Like, and I want to go there for that reason.
It's
but they say
London
only
on
go there for like
steroids.
3-4 days. They say don't spend a long time there.
I'd say 4 or 5 days. Yeah.
Because Canada, when I used to go to Toronto, I used to spend like 3 weeks there.
Swear.
LA, I was there for like a week. And 3 weeks in Toronto, I love Toronto. It's perfect for me.
What's so good about Canada?
Everyone's like super nice. They're really friendly. Like literally be walking down the street and I'll be wearing this. I'll be wearing a tech fleece. I'm like, hey man, nice fit. And in London, I'm like, who the fuck are you talking to?
Yeah.
Like, why the fuck are you talking to me? I got my headphones in. Leave me alone. But then you're like, yeah, thanks. And then they hear the accent. Where you from? And I'm like, I'm from London. They're like, oh, I got family that live in like Hammersmith. And I'm just like, oh yeah, sick. And then they're expecting a conversation back. I'm like, oh, so have you ever been to London? You have like a 10-minute convo with a random stranger and you just go about your day. And I'm just like, that's weird. Like even the other day I was with Star Player and so me, Star Player and Chunkz lived together and then we got in the lift and then there was a woman in the lift and she had a conversation with us in the lift. Then we've got out and I said to him, oh, why did she talk to us? Like I just said it. I was like, do you not find that a bit weird? And he's from Scunthorpe. He's from up north. And then he's like, that's normal for me, man. And I was like, you know what? Yeah, you're from up north. And he's like, we say thank you to the bus driver, everything. Yeah. I said, I dare a bus driver here in London to ask me to say thank you for letting me get on and off the bus.
Yeah.
Like I dare them to.
Maybe like
up north, yeah, fair.
Maybe like
thank you, bus driver.
London.
Yeah, nah. But London, never. It's just speed walking, head down, screw face. I've had a long day today. My train's 4 minutes late. My bus is packed. It smells of everyone that's come from work and smell of BO. You know what I mean? Like London is bad vibes compared to everywhere else.
Yeah, it really is.
It really, like it's bad vibes compared to everywhere else. Like when I go to the
like Canadians, man, it's, you know what I'm saying? Like everyone's so vibey.
But then Canadians
bro,
have that. They have that stereotype of being the nice people in the world.
Yeah,
they have the stereotype of like being the nice people in the world. So I got it. But then Chunkz and that told me when they went to Australia, it was the same thing. But I think it's different because he's Chunkz.
Yeah,
I think everyone wants to be nice to him.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Yeah. But I've heard, Australia's nice. They're all nice. Good day, mate.
I feel like it's everywhere but London, bro. I swear.
But it's because it's so small. The city. What is there? 17 million people that live in some tight little city. Cost of living. Like I remember days where getting on the bus was 90p. Now I'm seeing it's like £2 something to get on the bus, £1.50 or whatever.
Them zip cards, isn't it? The Oyster zip cards. Oh. Even the look of them were great.
London fell off, man. London fell off.
I can't lie. The older I get, and like I'm 28 now, but it's like I feel like as days go by, I just want to leave, man. I just want to leave. But even Philly, like, was watching one of his videos, and he kind of convinced me to go to Qatar, man. I feel like he even said that he wants to live there.
Who?
Philly.
Oh yeah. Oh, Philly had a great time when he went. I wasn't there with him. He had an amazing time when he went. It's a beautiful country.
Because even from what I've
Beautiful.
seen, yeah, it looks amazing, man.
And it's small as well. It's
Really?
like 300,000 people, I think.
Huh?
3 or 600,000. Let me double check. 3 or 600,000, and it takes 20 minutes to get across the city. 20-30 minutes to get across the city.
You know when cities are so convenient like that and it looks beautiful, you wouldn't even mind living there.
Oh no, I lied.
I'm sure they do.
2 million people live in Qatar, but it's still small.
That's still.
Yeah. I think it was Qatari citizens, like Qatari blood was like 300,000 or 600,000, something like that. But 2 million people is small. It's tiny when you're there. Like literally takes. I remember to get from one side to the other was like 30 minutes. The airport's in the middle of the city, so everywhere you go, the airport's the middle of the city, so you can just go there whenever you want. It takes like 15-20 minutes to get there.
That's so nice, man.
Yeah, like it's sick.
That's so lovely.
Yeah, and it's hot all year round. It's like 30 degrees right now.
How much are flights?
I don't know.
Might have to check.
Like £700, I think. Like what a standard flight would be.
Wait, were you born here?
Yeah, I was born here.
But your family's in Italy?
Yeah, so my mum's Somali and my dad's Italian.
Okay.
So my mum's here.
Yeah.
And then I got some family that live in Italy.
Do you ever go back to visit sometimes?
Not. I haven't done it in a long time. Haven't done it in a long time. Last time I probably went was like 17.
Yeah.
It's been like 10 years. Had enough, man. I done my jail time in Italy, man. I've had enough to go back to it, man.
What do your family think of you doing all this content creating?
My mum loves it.
Yeah.
I found out recently, funnily enough, from my sister that my mum watches everything that I do. So I didn't know that.
Really?
Yeah, that was fun.
Awesome.
It's fun to find out. Now I have to be a bit more PG. If you're watching this, mum, hello. My sister said she'll just walk into the living room and she'll just see like SDS, like me on it, or like a first time video or whatever. It's just me, and I'm just like, all right, chill out. You don't need to watch everything.
Yeah.
Don't want you to watch everything. Like,
all right, fan.
yeah, like so you don't have to be my number one fan, my biggest fan. Yeah, you don't have to be my number one fan. But I love her for that. But they love it. They love it. My mum still has dreams of me going to uni. Never gonna happen.
Oh, you haven't been?
No, I was never gonna go. I used to lie to my mum every year. Yeah, I'm on a gap year. I applied. They let me come next year. All that kind of stuff. Same roundabout that I used to go with my mum every year. That same circle. Yeah, I'm gonna go next year. I want to do this. I want to do that. You know how like foreign mums are, and they're like back home mums. They're just like, yeah, you need to go uni. That's the way. But they don't know uni's not the way anymore. Uni's overrated.
Brother,
unless you're gonna be a doctor. Unless you're gonna something that gives to the community, as in like doctors, police officers. I don't even think you need to go to uni for police officers, but like law. What else do you need to go to uni for? Like that's big in the world.
Like accounting and stuff.
Accounting, that kind of stuff. Accounting, I think you can learn that at home. You know?
I was about to say, you don't even need.
I think you can learn accountancy at home. You know, I think you can just get on a laptop and like, yo, this is how you become an accountant.
For me, it was more about the social experience that I really liked as well.
No, I'm upset I didn't get to live at uni and all that kind of stuff. But then at the same time, I was like, I had fun from 18 to was it 21? You were at uni, 23. I had fun in those 4 or 5 years that I was at home. So I was like, it was all right, and I was working. So it was like, my friends at uni are saying, yeah, man, I can't even get pizza tonight. Like I'm eating like noodles and mayonnaise, and I'm just like, damn, man. I'm there like having Nando's every day. Like
first year cooking was a mess.
I mean, I remember one time I went to my boy's uni in Portsmouth. I went to go see him.
Yeah.
And I went to his kitchen, and there was a plate. I think it had Wheat Bix in it. He said the Wheat Bix have been there for like 4 months. And I was like, why has no one cleaned it? And then he was like, the guy whose Wheat Bix it is, he's just disgusting. Like no one likes him. He's just the guy's a pig. So they were like, everyone's told him to clean it, and he's not cleaned it. And I was like, if I had to live with someone like that, I think I'll fight them. I think every day we'd fight.
Brother, everyone's got that same uni horror story. Like they don't wash up.
Yep.
Like how can you not learn? How can you not learn from the people that you're living with? It doesn't make sense to me.
Exactly. It's disgusting. But some people ain't got no home training, man.
Oh my days! There was this girl I was living with. Yeah. Oh my gosh, she might see this, but fuck it. Fucking.
Yeah, just don't say her name.
She couldn't be bothered washing her dishes.
Yeah.
So she would
say something else like her
no.
knickers or something like that.
So she would reuse my plate. Do you know what I mean? She was like, "Can I use your plate because I don't want to wash mine?"
That's disgusting.
Things like that. I was like, "There's fucking ketchup and shit on it. What do you mean?"
Yeah.
I could tell just from that she don't wash her bum. I could tell just from that she don't wash her bum. Yeah, she don't. She only washes her bum when she showers.
Oh yeah, that
I
one's
could tell.
that one's there.
Yeah. She's disgusting. I use my plate because I can't be bothered. That is disgusting, man. If you ain't got basic level of hygiene, you ain't got normal hygiene.
Yeah, absolutely. Who'd you get along with the most in Beta Squad? Is it Chunkz?
Yeah, Chunkz and AJ.
Yeah.
I love AJ. He's probably might be my favorite person in the world. Like, generally, might be my favorite person in the world. Like we all say this about AJ, and he hates it so much.
Yeah.
He obviously hates getting love. Like he's very like, oh, just leave me alone.
Mm-hmm.
But I think he's everyone's favorite. Out of everyone, he's everyone's favorite, which is hilarious. He's so funny, man. He just makes you laugh. I was with him yesterday. Just some of the stuff he says just hilarious.
What's like? Well, what Nico Milano? You see him sometimes?
Yeah, we live together. So I know him fully. He's do you ever watch Phineas and Ferb? Phineas and Ferb. Did you ever watch Phineas and Ferb growing up?
That's rings.
Nah, you didn't watch it. You know straight away. You remember Dr. Doofenshmirtz? That is Nico. That is Nico or Milana. Nico's an evil scientist. Yeah, his brain runs like an evil scientist.
Yeah.
Every day I saw him, he had a new evil plan to film a video.
Yeah,
like going to the craziest lengths, like filming the KKK stuff, running for mayor, all that kind of stuff. Like every day I used to see his mind just doing this non-stop. Like he's like an evil genius. Like, and I always used to call him evil genius, but it was a good evil genius. Like he's the evil genius. He'll find a cure to cancer by accident. He's one of those guys. Like he'll find a cure to cancer by accident, trying to find out something else. Like he's that kind of guy. Like I love Nico. He's hilarious. He's probably the best YouTuber in the UK.
Absolutely.
Like the videos he makes and things like that. Like the people don't understand the lengths he goes to film like those kind of videos that he does.
So, but we see it from a certain point of view. We're like, yeah, this is sick. We can tell from just by watching on YouTube. It is mad. But because you see the behind the scenes and stuff, what is the maddest like process that you've seen from Nico Milano? You're like, wow.
The KKK video was probably the maddest one. No, the mayor one was the maddest one. The mayor one, because he was up every day for months at like 6 a.m. Him and George, shout out to George, like he deserves so much credit for Nico always says he wouldn't be where he is without George, and obviously George says vice versa because George is his cameraman editor.
Yeah.
He knows exactly how Nico wants his videos done. It's gone to a point where Nico doesn't even tell him how to edit anymore. It's just like, you do it. I know you know how to do it.
Yeah.
Storyline, everything, blah, blah, blah.
That's good.
And then, the Mayor video. Every day they're doing interviews with all these big publications, these newspapers, these media outlets, 6 a.m., 7 a.m. they're out. They're going to 10 Downing Street. He's spending so much money on these videos, on travel, on... Even to run for mayor, you have to pay 10 grand. And you don't get 10 grand back.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It costs.
Which is crazy. It costs, yeah. It's the same as running for president. Like, I was listening to something today. Can't remember his name. There's a guy, I don't think he's running for president, but he had a presidential run. He's an Indian guy. I think his name's like Vivek something. I was listening to a podcast of him today, and he spent 30 million on his campaign. $30 million on his campaign.
That's crazy.
And you don't see a penny of that. Nothing comes back. There's no gain from it. It's just complete loss. It's not I put this in and I get it back.
It's a gamble.
It's not even a gamble. It's straight loss. There's no gamble. It's a loss. You become president, you're not getting that 30 mil back regardless.
Man.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
You have to get like a certain amount of votes.
I don't know how the American presidential election works. I generally don't.
No, for the UK or the UK.
For the
they
UK,
give you your money back.
No, you don't get nothing. From what I remember, you don't get nothing.
I thought you just signed up
Yeah.
for that and then...
No. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
because you know when someone, people in America be like, "I'm gonna run for president." It's like, well, is it really that easy? Like, even when Kanye West did that as well,
Yeah.
I was like, "Fuck, is it actually that easy to run for president in the US?"
Nah, you got to do a lot of stuff, I think, to be president. You got to spend a lot of money. You have to think. I think you have to be with a certain. You obviously have to be with a certain party. You have to win certain
The amount of-
states.
Yeah.
You have to win like governing bodies and all this kind. It's mad. Like politics, is crazy.
Hey, I'm seeing Beta Squad uploading consistently now.
I think they've uploaded consistently for the last 2 years.
I thought-
Every week.
I
I
saw
think
there was
they've
like a
uploaded-
gap at one point. No,
I think every week they've uploaded for like the last 2 years. There was a gap because they had what's it called? Managerial problems. They had contract issues.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, they had contract, so they just didn't upload, which made sense. Everyone would do the same thing if knowing the situation they're in. But it's not my business to talk there about their
Yeah, of course.
situation.
Yeah,
but they were in
yeah.
a contract situation, and then once they got out of the contract situation,
They're like,
they
that's it. Now
every
they got creative control.
yeah, they just upload everything. Not even creative control. They just wanted to get out of that contract.
Boy.
Yeah.
Do you know what's so mad? Yeah, that every talent that I know either have left their management or contracts, or just like advising people to not even touch a contract or even management.
I get it though, because at the beginning, you sign away. Let's say you sign, for example, 60% away of yourself.
Yeah.
Then you're like, I can make 40%. It's nice. If I make 10 grand, I'll make 4 bags. Then you realize in 2 years, I'm making 100 grand a month, and this guy's taking away 60 grand. I'm only making 40.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be like that. It should be I make the 60, or I at least make the 80, and then you make 20. So it's like it happens in every walk of life when it comes to having a manager. That's someone that personally runs your stuff.
Part of the learning process as well, and it's kind of like an experience as well. At the same time, it's like,
Yeah.
oh, what is it like to really have management? I might like it, I might not, but then
Yeah.
you might end up missing out.
Yeah, and you just gotta learn from the mistakes of others.
What's like the biggest flaw that you've learned in this game?
The biggest flaw, not to rely on people. Relying on people is very difficult because you don't know what someone's schedule's like.
Yeah.
Anything can happen. Like literally anything. They could just one day wake up and just feel like, can't be bothered to do this today. Let me make up a fake excuse. You've set everything up. Now on the day you're just like, oh fuck, I have nothing to film and I paid for everything. Now you're scrambling away. Yo, I need this. Do you know what I mean? So relying on people, it's always better to be self-reliant or get to a position where you're so big that if you rely on people, they're getting something out of it as well.
Yeah.
So if you're like a ginormous YouTuber or a ginormous actor or whatever like that, and then now you have a film or video you want to film, if you ask someone to be in it, it's very beneficial to them because you're such a big person yourself. So it's like, oh, it's a good look if I'm working with this person. So less likely to have pullouts and flops and things like that.
And that happened a couple of times to you.
Yeah, it's happened a few times.
Yeah.
Yeah. People have given me excuses. They've given me reasons, and I'm just like, I always take it with a pinch of salt. I'm like, maybe they didn't want to do it, or maybe that thing actually happened. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, I would say that's a big thing I've learned from that.
What's your way around it now? Is it
What's
just,
my way around it is
if you're like you're not relying on people?
It's difficult. I don't have a way around it.
Yeah.
I don't have a way around it. It's just literally speaking to people that I can, asking things of people that I can trust. And I'll say to them, please, like, I'll just be like putting your pride aside and just saying, please, bro, like, I need this.
Yeah.
Do you have space to do this? And if they say yes, just be like, all right, cool, put it in your calendar. But then if something pops up where it's something more beneficial for them, I'm completely understanding.
Yeah,
It's like always just putting your pride, with a lot of things, just putting your pride and ego to the side.
yeah, man.
Oh, anytime you put your pride and ego to the side, when it comes to doing things in life that you want, like you want to reap the benefits from, it will always work out for you. Like it's always much easier.
What's like the biggest learning you've learned in the game as well? Even since
Biggest
starting
learning?
content creating, even like since meeting Chunkz from the beginning and seeing the growth now, what's like?
Oh, just being consistent.
Yeah,
You have to be consistent.
yeah.
Beta Squad wouldn't be where it is now if they weren't consistent. Chunkz wouldn't be where he is without being consistent. It's just, you just need to have that hunger and passion and desire for it.
Yeah.
If you don't have that, then you're not gonna, in any walks of life, you won't get far. If you don't have those three things.
And aside from consistency, whilst working with them behind the scenes, have you learned anything from them or like the process that they have done? And you're like, wow, I'm going to take that on board.
Oh, everything. Everything from thumbnails to getting the right cameraman to the right cameras to the right location. Like literally every tiny thing you think of coming to filming a video, you as a smaller creator, and if you have friends that are that big, you take away from that.
Their thumbnails are so sick.
Yeah,
as
they
well.
have the best thumbnails. They have the best thumbnails.
Mad. What is it? You got to design like in-house?
What, thumbnails?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they have a thumbnail designer, yeah.
That's
So
so
they just have a
sick.
specific one, yeah.
But do you ever go through like variations of thumbnails?
Yeah, I think they'll have a few different ones.
Yeah.
And then they'll choose between which one they think is the best.
That's-
Or they'll already have an idea of the thumbnail.
Mm.
Like they might use someone else's thumbnail as like a example. So we want something similar to this. So yeah, same with my YouTube videos. I'll do the same thing.
Yeah.
You just got to do something that will, when you see it, you're like, oh shit, I want to click on that.
Yeah.
It looks engaging. Let me
I
click
see
on
Sidemen as well doing like these movie posters for every YouTube video, and I see like chunks.
it. But it won't be that. It won't be their thumbnail.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it won't be their thumbnail. The movie poster is just fun.
But it looks so because like you got the way I see it is like every video is a movie.
Yeah.
That's how I see it.
Yeah.
And it's like it's not just a YouTube video now.
Mm.
Especially it works well as well for every YouTube platform as well, because like TV as well, like echoing that to TV, it's like it's not there anymore, it's dying. So it's like, okay,
Yeah, literally.
now we got to treat YouTube like it's an actual like movie, a place
Yeah.
to watch content.
Yeah, now YouTube's taken over TV. YouTube and Netflix taken over TV. When you're eating, you slap on a YouTube video, slap on an episode that you've watched on Netflix before. You're not going to turn on the TV and go to BBC One. You're not going to go to Sky One. Because like, okay, Sky Atlantic, they got some boring documentary on. I don't want to watch that.
Hey, speaking of movies, have you seen The Kitchen yet?
No. The Kitchen, what's that?
It's a new film with Kano
Nah.
and written by Daniel Kaluuya.
Nah, I haven't watched it.
Oh, bro,
Is it good?
What do you think?
What's it about?
Bro, it's so bad. It's basically
It's so bad.
It was bad. It's basically it's like Top Boy but set in the future. Brother, we need to let go of these hood films. I'm so sick and tired of it.
I don't think it was a hood film. It had potential, but the story was very
Bro, I get it. No, but people even like with Shea Bar and stuff, they were saying like, oh, how could you not understand the movie? It's about like, what's that? The housing crisis. Okay, I guess like I get it, but it's like, bro, it's been said many times, and two, like allow incorporating like ends and stuff. Like it's just.
Oh, is that just good to visuals were good,
Yeah, yeah,
all that kind of stuff.
Do you watch a lot of films?
Not since COVID, no. All the films have been shit.
Really?
Yeah, all
That's
the
a
films have
long
been shit.
time.
Yeah.
What kind of content do you watch?
Content or films?
Well, both.
Films, I love sci-fi. I was a massive Marvel fan. Marvel fell off like ridiculously. So they need to start again.
At what point do you think Marvel fell off?
Straight after Endgame.
Really?
after Endgame,
That's
yeah.
what a lot of people say.
Straight after Endgame, because they started doing the multiverse and certain people can come back. They should have stuck to the same blueprint. Endgame's done. We move these characters to the side. We'll reference them in movies in the future. Let's get a new crop of characters. Because Marvel, a lot of like, I wouldn't say I'm like a diehard. I'm like just above a casual. All the main like Marvel cast, they're like B, C list superheroes in the comics, except for like Spider-Man and Hulk.
Yeah.
Thor, Iron Man, all these guys, they were like C, D list characters. Yeah. So like they made them like the main guys. They look like the main guys. But then now if you go forward and you look at in the comic books who the main superheroes, there's like Silver Surfer's one of the main guys.
Yeah.
Like people like Silver Surfer, they can just swallow up like a whole world.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But then at the same time, it doesn't make sense for a movie for him to be in it because so easily he can just defeat the movie. So it's like you gotta have to have like a human side to it. like a guy that can lose.
Yeah.
These main superhero guys, they don't lose. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, what's the point of having someone that never loses in a film? It's like Superman. Every film, he'll die. You're like, that guy's come back alive next film. They did that in Justice League. The guy died at the end of the film. I said, brother, he's come back next film. End of the film, you see a scene where the ground starts shaking on his coffin. It's like, that guy's come back next film. It's like Superman, you can never, he will never die in superhero films. So it's like Superman is he's an A-list character. But to Marvel, after Endgame, they fell off.
I found it my least favorite superhero, Superman.
I like Superman films.
Yeah.
But it's just like,
The last one I watched was Batman v Superman. I
liked Batman Superman. That was good.
Yeah.
I like Batman Superman. I liked Superman movies by themselves. A couple of them with Henry Cavill. I loved all of literally, I watched every Marvel film up until Endgame.
Did you not like
Then they started doing, you gotta watch the TV show to understand the film. You gotta watch this and that. It's like, bro, just put 7 movies in front of me. Make them all connect. Make sure there's some middle thing.
Then we go back to the library and start archiving some
and then what killed them as well is what's his name? Jonathan Majors.
Yeah.
He was meant to be the main supervillain.
Yeah.
He had all these charges. They got rid of him. And it's like, now you have to start again, which is good for them. They need to start again.
Bro, I love the latest Spider-Man's films, no?
No, I didn't like them as well.
I
didn't like them. With Doctor Strange, with all the old Spider-Man characters, didn't like it. Didn't like them at all.
Far From Home, banging.
Didn't like that at all. Too much going on.
Really?
Seeing too many brothers from the past coming back. Didn't like that.
Was it not like nostalgic for you? No, was it just overwhelming for you?
Don't care about nostalgia, man. I care about when it comes to movies. I want a good movie. I was like, oh my god, what's his name? The old Spider-Man.
Yeah,
I forgot his name.
Tobey Maguire.
Yeah, Tobey Maguire's back. Yeah, I saw him on the screen. I was like, damn, you kind of old. Like,
yeah.
I seen the wrinkles in your face. And
I was in the cinema and the woman in front of me actually said that. She's like, wow, he's aged.
Yeah, like he's like in his 40s. I'm seeing like wrinkles on his face. I'm like, damn, you're like next to Tom Holland who looks like a 16-year-old. Like, shouldn't really be here. You got Jamie Foxx in there with like a new hairline.
Yeah.
They got all these next brothers in there. Like, I'm just like, yeah, nah, this ain't it, man. This ain't it. But then I get it. There's the conflict between Sony and Marvel, and like they have to come together to make money. So it's like they borrowed Spider-Man from Sony for the Marvel for Endgame. And that. Like he came in randomly in Captain America. Like he was never meant to come in. Then Sony was like, oh, you could borrow him for like 4 movies. Take him. Took him. They put him in Captain America: Civil War. Everyone was like, yeah, this is sick, and it was sick. Bringing in Spider-Man.
Civil War, I think is my best Marvel movie.
Mine probably Winter Soldier. Captain America: Winter Soldier, one of the early ones.
Oh yeah,
probably has
Bro, Civil War.
Winter Soldier when he first meets Bucky I think it has the best storyline of all of them.
Everyone I know that watches Marvel say Winter Soldier.
Yeah, but then no superhero films like come even close to Dark Knight.
Oh, absolutely, bro. It's so
the
good.
trilogy. None of them come close to that.
So good.
Captain America: Winter Soldier is probably the closest one in terms of storyline, where it's like a proper like it's kind of dark. It's like really like intense. Like all the past stuff and all that.
Winter Soldier, really
yeah, Captain America.
I might have to check that. I might have to rewatch that one then.
It's really good, Winter Soldier.
I just refuse to watch Captain America, bro.
Really?
Yeah, do you know?
Yeah, I know what you mean. I know what you mean. Oh, I screamed. I was like, oh my god, Captain America! I knew he was the Lord. I knew it. He's the chosen one. Because I remember in the old one where he moved it. Which one was it? It was the one with the robot. Fuck, I forgot their names. That's how long ago it was.
Age of Ultron.
Age of Ultron. He moved it in one scene, and I said, "Hey man, that's the Easter egg for the future." I started watching bare clips on YouTube. They were like, "Yo, this is in the future. He might use the hammer. He's not in the comic. He hasn't lifted it in the comic books, but he might lift it in this." He lifted that, and I said, "Get that nigga, man. Get him."
Do you know what I need? I know it's happening. A brand new Fantastic Four.
They failed at that too many times.
They failed too many times.
It was the first one was good back in the day with Jessica Alba and that.
If I rewatch that now, it's alright.
Yeah, but back then
was great.
it was that's elite. But now they tried it again, failed with Michael B. Jordan. Horrible. I think they retried it recently. No, have they tried it 3 times or 2 times?
I think it's 2 times.
It's the one with Michael B. Jordan. I was like, hey, this is not working.
They've announced a new one that's coming out either this year or next year.
Yeah, I heard that. I want to see
Brother,
X-Men, bro.
Please.
No, X-Men had a very good run.
X-Men.
X-Men had a good run. No, X-Men's one of those ones. They gotta go away from like the Wolverines and that. It's the same as like Iron Man and that. You gotta start again. Like you can't have another Wolverine and Professor X. You can because
Logan was phenomenal.
Logan was one of the best. Logan's one of the best superhero films as well. Logan's one of the best superhero films as well. That was like a movie.
That was
That was like I'm not watching a superhero film. I'm watching 2 old men dying. Like that's what it was. Like it was just such a sick film. It was such a sick
Because
film.
it's exactly how I wanted Wolverine to be portrayed. It
Yeah.
had to be violent.
Yeah,
you can't
yeah,
give me some 12A bullshit. Do you know what I'm saying?
And a sneaky good one was Deadpool, the first one.
Yeah.
Deadpool's
Yeah, Deadpool was elite. When it first came out, I said, no way have they done this with films, like superhero films.
sick. That was sick.
I guess you have to take it up another notch when it comes to the violence in these superhero films.
It wasn't 18. I know it was a 15 or 16,
Yeah.
but it was like violent, sex jokes,
Yeah.
like all that kind of stuff. Like, it was sick.
Nah, we need someone that they have to be violent, man.
Yeah, I think superhero films are done for now. I think they're done for maybe like another 5 years.
What do you think of the new Batman with Robert Pattinson? Have you seen that one?
I
yet?
watched it. It was all right.
Yeah.
Did I go to this? I think I went to the screening, you know? I
Oh,
got
like
invited to it.
the invited, yeah.
I can't remember. I think I did, though. It was in Leicester Square. I think they made me sign an NDA before I watched it.
The second one's coming out. Joker's in it with Barry Keoghan, man.
Yeah, the first Joker was decent when I watched it. But no, Batman was good, but it was too slow.
It was more gritty in that one. But Dark Knight, the pace in the Dark Knight was perfect.
Yeah, the pace in the Dark Knight, was perfect. All three of them.
It's going to be a while since someone could ever top that movie.
Yeah.
It's got the huge replay value.
You got films like Interstellar. I love sci-fi films.
Do you prefer that movie to Inception?
And you know, funnily enough, I've never watched Inception before.
No way.
I've never watched Inception before. Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, I've never watched Inception. Because I remember when it first
actually
came out.
jealous.
I remember when it first came out, I was in high school
Yeah.
and people were watching it and they were like, I didn't understand the film. And in high school, I was like, I'm not spending £7 when I don't have £7.
I love that price
To
as well,
watch a
because you
film.
know it's from back in the day.
Yeah, to watch a film that I don't understand.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm not going to do it. So I never ever watched it. No. Yeah, I never ever watched it.
Check it out. Check it out.
Even
man.
recently, I watched the one with him and where they're they're at the prison, the crazy island,
Oh, Shutter Island.
Shutter Island. That was I watched that like a year ago and
Yeah.
blew my mind.
Yeah.
I watched it. I was like, no way did I miss this when I was younger.
Yeah.
Like, have you watched Shutter Island?
I've seen it.
What amazing film.
Amazing.
If people have watched it, they need to go watch it because the ending is crazy.
Bro, watch Inception. I think you'll love it.
I'm gonna watch it one day.
Watch it,
Watch it
bro.
one day. I have to be in a mood to watch a film.
Yeah.
I have to sit there and be like, you know what? Today's the day I'm gonna watch a film.
That will have you
'Cause
researching.
you know me, yeah. It's the same with TV shows. If I watch something, I'm dedicating a long time to it. A film, I'm dedicating 3 hours of my time to it.
Yeah.
It has to be good. A TV show, I'm dedicating like 3 years to that TV show. There's some TV shows I kept watching because I was like, I have to finish it. Like The Walking Dead, I had to finish it. It got so shit towards the end. I was like, I have to watch this shit show. It was so bad. I remember the first 9 seasons, I think it was the best TV I ever watched in my life.
Yeah.
Then after that, I said, damn, man, this is ass.
IMC.
Bro, there's like, I think they're still going.
I think I stopped after season 3, I believe.
Oh my dear.
Shit.
The
I
Walk-
I thought I stopped after that.
What season is the one where I remember the episode where the guy gets battered in the face with it had spikes on
11
them.
seasons. I didn't watch the last 2.
That's long.
Spoiler alert, I started watching after my man died, the main man.
Oh,
Main
so
character.
bad,
Stop it. They killed him off. Yeah.
The one with the little boy
I
in
forgot
it.
his name, the one with his son.
Yeah.
I'm so bad, like my memory's so bad. Like, The Wire is the best show I've ever watched before. It's the best show I've ever watched. Have you watched The Wire?
I've only seen the first season.
That's poor from you.
That's a poor.
I watched The Wire, yeah, and I've watched it 3 times. The Wire, yeah. I've watched it 3 times.
Yeah.
My boy just started it, and he's calling me every day he watches an episode.
Yeah.
Yo, this happened. I said, bro, I don't even remember that.
Yeah,
I'm like, I don't even remember that. Like,
Yeah.
my memory's so bad when it comes to the only TV show my memory's amazing is Friends. Friends,
Yeah, it's memorable.
I could read out the script for that day.
Yeah.
Like if they called me in and said, Ilyas, we need you to be Joey today, I'd be able to be Joey.
Every
On a
word
certain
for
episode,
word.
I'd be able to be Joey.
Word
I'd
for
be able
word.
to be Joey. I'd be like, yeah, I remember. Yeah. Don't worry about the script. I know he's gonna say this scene. Don't worry. Like that's how well I know Friends.
I might-
But other
yeah.
shows like The Wire, what else? Billions, Snowfall,
Have you seen? I rewatched Breaking Bad. You know,
Breaking Bad.
I rewatched Breaking
Prison
Bad. That
Break.
was so good. Prison
If
Break
you
is-
say to me Prison Break, yo, do you remember what happened this season? And it's like the 3rd season when they're in the Mexico or Sono, whatever it's called,
Yeah, yeah,
Sonus
yeah.
or whatever. I'm gonna be like, yo, I don't remember what happened in the 3rd episode. They're gonna say, yo, my man died. I say, fuck, you just ruined it for me. But I watched it already.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
how is it? Do you know what I mean? Like my memory's that bad when it comes to shows.
Prison Break is so good, man.
But I watched. Do you know what it is with Prison Break? Yeah, when I was younger, I was like, this is the best TV of all time.
Yeah.
Then I rewatched it and I was like, every episode, too much is going on. Every episode is a cliffhanger. Like every episode.
I love that though.
Nah, I
Breaking
don't
Bad
like
was
that.
The same. Every episode was a cliffhanger.
I wasn't the biggest fan of Breaking Bad. I watched all of it. Wasn't the biggest fan of it.
Really?
Yeah, it's not up there in my drug shows.
Well,
Drug shows I put
Snowfall.
The Wire number 1.
I still haven't seen Snowfall.
I put Snowfall number 2.
Amazing.
I put there was another drug show I watched that I really liked. See, my memory's gone.
Power.
I never watched Power.
I like the other one with the sun.
Was it Tyreek?
Yeah.
Was it Saving Tyreek, whatever his name is? What's it called?
St. Patrick Tyreek. Yeah.
Or was it Raising Canaan, whatever his name is?
Nah, it's called Power. It's called Power Ghost.
Oh yeah, I know which one you're talking about. Yeah, I remember. I know what you're talking about.
Fucking hard. I can't lie.
Snowfall. I want to see that. I want to see really what got
If you want to
Idris.
see some real character development,
Yeah.
Snowfall, bro.
Yeah, proper good show, man.
Honestly.
Very good show. I remember when I met Damson and I was just like, bro, I'm
I'd
not
be calling Franklin, man.
like I said to him, I remember I said to him, I said, bro, I never get starstruck by people. Like never. I've met footballers. I've met my favorite footballers. I've met some crazy rappers. I've met actors. But all these people, I met Franklin, and I looked at him. I said, brother, I had no words for him. Like generally, I've met my favorite footballer. I've met Saka. I've met Trent. I met all these players. I met Damson Idris, and I was like, brother, you might be the best actor I've ever seen in my life. And he just started laughing, and we just kept it moving.
Man,
He was amazing in
Honestly,
that.
what got Damson so big?
He was
Snowfall.
Yeah.
What
But-
about Laurie Harvey?
But I remember.
Yeah. I hear it.
I have seen that clip. That clip that everyone watches when he's in the car.
Brick by brick.
Yeah, that one. Yeah.
I built this shit. Brick,
Yeah.
but that's the scene that got me into watching it.
Yeah.
I saw it on TikTok. I was like, damn, what show is this? Like, I'm hooked. Then I went straight downstairs. I put it on TV. It was on BBC iPlayer. I watched it straight away.
Yeah.
Oh, it is on BBC. Wasn't
Yeah, it's on BBC iPlayer because it's English, isn't it?
Is it still there?
Yeah, it must still be there. Yeah. I can't imagine them taking
It's
off.
on Disney as well.
Yeah, I can't see them taking off BBC
It's
iPlayer.
still there, actually.
If they take off BBC iPlayer, that's a money maker for them. Yeah, that's a big L for them, especially because he's English. But very good. But yeah, he was amazing in it. All of them, him,
Yeah. Legend with the caterers.
yeah, all of them. And do you know what's crazy? You know, I still haven't watched the last episode
Swear.
because I remember
It must have got spoiled for you.
it got spoiled for me the second it came out. I just saw him. I don't want to spoil it for him.
Yeah, you seen
I said, damn, man.
Yeah, nah, I
See,
saw that,
look,
I said, I got my boy.
I've only watched the pilot.
It's on BBC iPlayer, right?
Every season.
Yeah,
1,
you see?
2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah, you see? What an amazing show.
So what? Is it only 6 seasons?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they wrap that shit up. They ain't no like,
Oh, but there's potentially.
Yeah.
No. Get it out of there. Done.
Really?
Yeah. I don't want to hear about, there's potentially a spin-off,
Yeah.
with my man and this girl. And I don't want to hear that. I want shit to end. But I have that problem when it comes to TV shows and shit like that. You know that? Office, one of my favorite shows.
Oh, fantastic.
I never finished it.
Never seen that.
Oh, you
I
don't really need to watch all of it because it's all random episodes.
No, I have a thing where I was talking to my friend about this the other day.
Yeah.
I have a thing where when I'm watching something, I don't want it to end, so I never watch the final episode. So I never watched the final episode of The Office. Didn't watch the final episode of Big Bang Theory.
What about Friends?
How I Met Your Mother. Friends was because I watched it with my mum. So when I was watching Friends, it was popping when I was like 10, 11, 12 years old. So I watched it then,
Channel
innit?
4,
So it was on Channel 4 and E4. So I watched it and I saw my mum crying. I was like, why
Same.
why are you crying, bro? Like, why are you crying? Then when I rewatched, I was like, damn, I get why she's crying. Like, this was like, how many seasons? Like 15 seasons of just greatness.
You know, I rewatched that last episode so many times when they leave the apartment.
Yeah,
Bro, it's like you don't want them to leave.
Yeah.
It was sad.
That comes on par for the saddest ending with Fresh Prince.
Yeah.
Fresh Prince, I never watched the last episode.
I swear.
My Wife and Kids, I never watched the last episode. Every TV show I've watched, I don't watch the last episode. So I don't want it to end.
My Wife and Kids is the greatest thing to
Yeah, I saw.
My Wife and Kids was she was pregnant at the end, innit? Yeah, she got pregnant one more time and then they just ended it. Everyone's like, yo, where's the next? And it's done. Yeah.
I caught Chunkz one time watching My Wife and Kids. I was like, oh, is it? Like, he watches it.
I think Chunkz could tell you the script of My Wife and Kids. I'm being dead serious. From episode 1
Yeah.
to the last episode.
And he doesn't talk about it enough.
And I find it so mad. I've never seen that guy not watching Fresh Prince.
Yeah.
Him and Darkest, they're addicted to Fresh Prince. I think if they met Damon Wayans, I think they'll cry. I don't think they'll cry.
Yeah, no, I hear it. I'll be with it. Bawling my eyes out.
Yeah. Like, what a show. What a top tier show.
Okay, Snowfall's definitely next on my list now. But I do need to finish The Wire, actually. But if I do finish The Wire, I'll probably start all again from season 1.
Yeah. The Wire is good because every season's different to the last.
Because you see from different perspectives. Yeah,
Different perspective.
yeah.
One season's the police perspective. One season's the drug perspective. One season's like the crackhead's perspective.
Which season was the best for you?
Probably season 1 or 2.
I can't remember anything.
When you really get to know Marlo and Avon and Idris Elba, Stringer and all these guys, when you get to know these guys properly, is like that's when it's like when you see the real money moves and stuff like that. It's sick. But what I liked about Snowfall was like loosely based on a true story.
Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah, because it's set in the 80s, isn't it?
Yeah, on the
Crack
Rick, on the
epidemic.
Rick Ross guy.
Yeah.
The Rick Ross guy who's like was one of the first people to bring crack into LA.
Boy.
Crazy. What an elite show.
Bro, before we wrap up,
Yeah.
plans for this year, thoughts for this year.
I just want to film this year.
Yeah,
Generally
more
just wanna film
content.
videos, yeah, just anything.
Can you tell us what your next video is going to be?
Next video is going to be OnlyFans. Yeah, I'm gonna start OnlyFans. That's my first thing in 2024. I'm going to start OnlyFans. And then, yeah, we're just going to go from there.
We go from there. Leave us there.
From there, yeah, literally.
I'm gonna offer my filming services, but then he said only.
I don't know. Do you want to be in the background? Those still mine, brother. You might even be able to join in. You might be able to join in.
People don't really talk about OnlyFans that much anymore. There was a time where it popped off, but now it's like kind of.
It had its run.
It's
man.
like if you do it, you do it. It's like, oh, whatever.
It had its time, man.
Yeah, this time.
People made their money. I think they all regret doing it. That digital footprint.
Yeah, real talk.
I remember those Reddit leaks.
Oh yeah,
Everything. Like literally every OnlyFans person was on Reddit. Every video of them. It's like, bro, you don't have to pay for anything.
But-
yeah, real talk.
Yeah. It was in lockdown as well. Like it was crazy. I remember those days.
I mean, like, what could you do?
No, digital footprint on that kind of stuff is crazy, you know?
Yeah.
Because like 30 years from now, someone's going to bring it up.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Like there's going to be a way to search someone's name and everything they've done has popped up on the internet. Everything.
I remember my friend as well. I think at one time I walked into an office somewhere and he was just downloading every OnlyFans video onto his like 4 or 5 terabyte hard drive.
Yeah,
He's like, bro, I just got the whole whole collection.
You should have called the police. You should have called the police. That's someone that needs to be locked up. Terabytes.
Downloading porn, that's crazy.
Terabytes as well. Not even like.
That's crazy. That's not even streaming.
Yeah. Yeah, he needs locking up.
Brother Ilyas, thank you so much for coming on.
No worries.
I appreciate you for coming on. Yeah, bro, thank you so much, man. I really appreciate it.
Anytime, man. Thank you.
Thank you.
Round
Thank
of applause
you.
for me.